know, Cassie and Diddy settled, but also part of that lawsuit, some things came out about how he tried to ambush Suge Knight. I guess this wasn't too long ago. They said he was at Mel's Diner, and Cassie said me and Diddy were doing drugs, allegedly, in this lawsuit. And somebody came on his staff, Diddy's staff came in, this was on Complex, and said that, you know, Suge Knight at Mel's Diner. He said Diddy stopped what he was doing, you know, suited and booted up, grabbed the iron, grabbed some guns, all that stuff, and they proceeded to go down there and handle that business. Now, a lot of people don't even know that beef kind of like really started with Big Meech and Diddy when, you know, allegedly, you know, Diddy's bodyguard, you can see this in the BMF documentary, the one that's on Stars, Big Meech's bodyguard, Diddy bodyguard got into it with Big Meech because he split with his girlfriend like a day or two before, and she was hanging with BMF, and he reached over Big Meech and like kind of pushed her head back, and Meech kind of pulled him to the side, was like, hey, look here, man, you can't do that while she with me, but, you know, y'all go to the back and y'all handle that, you know what I'm saying? And then he got mad, allegedly, you know, Beach and them left the club, and then he was out the club and started letting that yapper allegedly go. In the midst of all the gunfire, he ended up dead. And now a lot of people say that's kind of where the East Coast and West Coast beefs got it. It started at. You know, and I'm assuming obviously Big Meech and Suge was cool and all that type of stuff, and that kind of poured into that. You know, that's kind of, you know, some people say that's where it started at. So, you know, Biggie and Pac, you know, they had a problem. And obviously, you know, Pac had a situation at Quad Studios where he felt like Big set him up. And Notorious, it made it seem like Big was warning him about the guys, about Haitian Jack and running with them guys while shooting above the rim because he was trying to get into character, start rolling with them, trying to say they shiesty. And then, you know, he went to Quad Studios, got set up, and, you know, Biggie and them was upstairs recording. He like, I'm about to come up. And it made it seem like, you know, in Bachman, he thought Biggie and them set him up. You know, Brooklyn dudes got a reputation for being grimy. New York niggas got a reputation for being grimy. There's grimy ninjas everywhere, not saying y'all are. And, you know, from that point on, that made the beef that much more intense. You know? That made the beef that much more intense or whatever. So, I mean, I'm not surprised, dude, when, you know, lives are being taken and words are being said. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't surprise me none, to be honest. Yeah, that don't surprise me none. That's Minnie. Not Mason Minnie. That don't surprise me none, but we think she's pregnant. Hope Mason a daddy. But yeah, when you go through all that type of stuff, man, and lives are being taken, and you know, at the Source Awards, you got all that stuff, man. I gotta understand when these dudes be beefing, especially black people, man. It's embedded beef, man. You know, in slavery, I hate to say this, we were more closer together than we are now. You know, and these dudes been beefing for years, bro. Suge did a lot of messed up stuff to guys. You hear about Fat Joe telling the story about how Cool and Dre was going into like a Source Award to a award show, and Suge Knight was stealing rappers' jewelry, and he let Cool and Dre go because they was cool with Fat Joe. So Suge did a lot, man. But you know what? Suge get a bad rap, and that rightfully so, because Suge showed it. Suge didn't know how to cover it up. Diddy was a bad mother effer, but he'd smile and he'd play the role, and you know, Diddy'll be a grimy ninja, but he'd smile and be nice to people, get money away. But he was a real grimy, dirty guy. He was just as grimy and dirty as Suge Knight. The difference was Suge Knight didn't know how to play the role, and Diddy knew how to play the role. That's the difference. Diddy knew how to smile and make crossover music, everything that had to be gangsta. You know, he do things with a smile on his hand. He knew how to manipulate the media. You know what I'm saying? And whereas Suge Knight, he just didn't know how to turn it off. Suge Knight wanted to be gangster 24/7. So a lot of the time, that beef wasn't going to stop until somebody died. And that's what it was. That beef wasn't going to stop till somebody died. Or somebody went to jail. And y'all probably, oh, Puff wouldn't do nothing like that. Puff is grimy, bruh. What he did to Drake allegedly. What he did to, what was it, J. Cole. What he did to his son's strength and conditioning coach allegedly at UCLA when he beat him up allegedly. Puff is a gangster. You hear things alleged about Kim Porter, not saying they true. Alleged about Jamie Foxx. Alleged about Albie Shore. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dirt on his name. But you know what? Suge was upfront about who he was. It's one of the reasons he didn't have longevity. It's one of the reasons why Death Row didn't go down as the greatest record company. He probably could have parlayed that into being the first black major distribution deal. They were so powerful and so good. Okay? He could have parlayed that into that, but he didn't. Diddy lasted because he played the game. But everything you do in your past, you reap what you sow. What 2 Chainz saying in BT Cypher back in the day? What goes around comes around like a hula hoop. You reap what you sow. What did the dude from the Making the Band say about him? How he had him blackball Fred? He said, "You gonna get yours. You gonna get yours." He right. He ain't the guy to make that determination. But sometimes you just see it coming. There's a lot of people who live a bad life. And they do some messed up things. Right? And how the game go is, you turn your life around, you start trying to do right, you start to do good, and then you start reaping what you sowing for the shit you did back in the day. You gonna pay. You gonna pay for it. You gonna pay how you treat people. You're going to pay how you treat family. You're going to pay how you run off on a plug. You're going to pay how you treated your mother. You're going to pay for everything. All the robberies, the killing, the stealing, not looking out. You're going to pay. And I'm no different from nobody else. I did some fucked up shit. Not going to lie. I did a lot of stuff that I'm not proud of. So, you're going to pay. You're going to pay. A lot of people say, well, God just give his toughest battles to his strongest shoulder. Sometimes you just paying for some shit that you did. So, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. It's Minnie. Minnie don't want to be on camera. Look, Minnie. Look, my mom. You see? Man, that shit don't like the camera. But yeah, check out the music entertainment playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Check out my new channel, Free Game 89, right here on YouTube, FR33 Game 89, and my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. Peace.